Hi guys, welcome back to Defi Daily. Today we're going to talk about Binance that is investing into the token cake. And even if at the first look it could be like just another VC that is making its own investment, the reality is that this is a big sign. Because what will happen in the next couple of years, it is something that this move it is anticipating. Because if from one side it's true that a bear market is just for builders, but on the other side, this is also the best moment for us as investors, as people that are passionate about DeFi, to understand and to be ready for the next big wave. But in order to be ready, we need to understand how the market is moving and in which direction it will go into the next couple of months. And this move, it is showing us a clear path that we will analyze together today. Just before to start, guys, remember that if you're new to the channel, a good idea is to subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoy this content, remember to leave a big thumbs up, drop a comment. It really means a lot to us. And remember always, this channel is about educational content. Nothing has to be intended as financial advice. If you want to invest in anything, that could be great, even if in this market phase it is quite delicate, so pay attention. But remember, go always deeper, go beyond the first glance. Okay guys, so let's start immediately. As I was telling you, Binance Labs, that is the VC that is behind, that is supported by the Binance company, so the Z company, is investing into PancakeSwap. But it's not just an investment, as we have seen many times by VCs that are giving money directly to the team that is behind a certain project in order to push the team, to give funds to the team, to develop and to improve the project. In this case, we are talking about Binance that is investing directly into the token. They are acquiring token. So why they are doing it? In order to understand it, we have to go back a step back and have a look to the new tokenomics of PancakeSwap. The new tokenomics is not something that came out just yesterday. It is something that came out a couple of months ago, but I think that if you haven't seen it yet, it is something that could be interesting to have a look. I will leave in any case the light paper with the official Tokenomics 2.0 into the description below so you can check it by yourself. The big summary of it is like, the first big change is that the maximum supply will not be anymore unlimited. It is limited to 750 million of cake. So this is the first step. Second, as you can see down here, you can compare the version 1, so the Tokenomics 1.0 with the Tokenomics 2.0 that was proposed, and the proposal has been also gone through, so has been approved. And with this new tokenomics, people that are having the token cake can stake it in order to receive some kind of benefits. For example, having boosted votes, having boosted farms, or having the possibility to have a boosted IFO, so participating to the launchpad of cake. This is quite important to understand, because remember, in the moment when we are talking about owning the token of any kind of DEX, and it applies for any of the many DEXs that are into the, for example, that we can find on DeFi Llama. As you can see, there are thousands of different DEXs and protocols, and all of them are following the same rules. In order to understand the value of the token, what we need to understand is what are the benefits, what are the utilities that the holder will receive. First utility, it is the governance power. The governance power will influence how the protocol will evolve. That's something that could be quite important for Binance, for example. And why it could be quite important for Binance, and why this is something that is a great sign for the whole industry. As also the same CZ has said many times, in the future we can expect that DEXs, so decentralized exchanges like PancakeSwap, Cure Finance, or Uniswap, or many others, Trader Joe, and all the others from all the different blockchains, can surpass in terms of volume what centralized exchanges are doing right now. Obviously, this is something that will not happen in one night, and we will go through in a moment what are, at least in my opinion, the key points that are needed in order to have decentralized exchanges that are able to grow enough to surpass centralized exchanges. But that's the first step, and Binance, in order to have the power, enough power to influence also the direction, how the PancakeSwap platform will evolve, it is needing obviously Cake token. That's the reason why they are moving into this direction. So people that are interested in having power needs to have the Cake token or any other governance token that is coming from all of these different DEXs. And this is something that will happen into the next couple of years, months. It really depends how long this bear market will last. And that's one of the reasons because the price of a certain token can increase. The second reason is related to the revenues. And it's not just about the revenues that a protocol can generate. For example, if you go to Token Terminal, that is a great tool to check how the different protocols are generating revenues, you can see how much money each protocol is generating. But you have to pay attention to one thing. Remember, not all of these revenues are going to the token holders. That's the reason why you should always understand the tokenomics. The tokenomics means if a certain amount of the revenues that are generated by the protocol will go to the holder of the token, that's something that can increase the value of the token. For example, in the moment when we are talking about mSPELL from Abracadabra Money, most of the revenues that are generated by the protocol will go to the token holder. On the other side, Uniswap is generating just revenues for people that are adding liquidity. So the main customer for Uniswap, it's not really the token holder. It's much more the people that are using the protocol and are adding liquidity. So this is something that you should take in account in a moment when you want to invest, you want to buy a certain kind of token. Because remember, even the same kind of DEX can have tokens with a completely different nature. On one side, we have a Uniswap, that is a governance token. On the other side, we can have tokens that are giving you the ability to have governance power, but also the possibility to receive revenues that are coming from the platform, that are generated from the platform. Remember also that, for example, one thing that you should check in a moment when you are joining a protocol is checking how much fees that are collected from each swap will go to the people that are adding liquidity, that are providing liquidity, and how much will go simply to people that are holding the token. That's one of the many metrics that you should take in account in a moment when you are investing. You want to hold a certain kind of token. In the case of Cake, we have seen that there are different kinds of utilities that can increase the value of the token. The reason why I'm giving you this overview is, first of all, to help you understand what is the value of a certain token. It's not something that is simply related to the market cap. For example, here, the last column of the TVL ranking on DeFi Llama is showing you the ratio between market cap and TVL. And as you can see, this number can change a lot from a DEX to another DEX. This is not the only metric that you should take in account. As I told you, you should understand the tokenomics and how much is the value and what is providing value to that kind of token. Could be the governance power, could be some kind of advantage from ICO, IDO, IFO, or the possibility to receive a part of the revenues that are generated by the protocol. On the other side, what I want to help you to understand is that the main reason why Binance is going so hard investing on Cake is because obviously PancakeSwap is the main protocol on Binance Smart Chain, that is the blockchain that is powered by Binance. But on the other side, the DEXs will become much more important time by time. Even if, as you can see from this chart, the real usage of the different protocols has literally dropped into the last couple of weeks. But it doesn't mean that DeFi is dying. DeFi has just born and needs to evolve. And one of the ways that is really important to evolve is what I was sharing here. This is coming directly from my Twitter account. You can find also the link of it in the description below, so you can join the Twitter account in order to be always updated. It is just the news that came out yesterday that Gelato Network. What is Gelato Network? Gelato Network is like a system that is providing bots. Bots are automated rules that are executing tasks on a smart contract and blockchains. And this is something that is quite important because remember, in order to execute something on a smart contract, it is needed an input from outside. It could be a human input or it can be an automated input from a bot. That's the reason why Gelato is so important, because it is allowing any protocol to leverage different kind of rules that will be automated, that are triggered by the Gelato network instead of a single person. The use case that they are presenting in this tweet is about how Abracadabra has been able to solve a problem of a cross-chain problem. And we are talking about mSPELL. mSPELL is a token that is allowing you to be staked on any chain and receiving rewards, in this case meme, that are coming from the fees that are generated by the protocol on any blockchain. And even if it looks like so easy from a certain point of view, the reality is that it's not so easy from a technical point of view. And technologies like this are what we need in order to evolve and to create a real cross-chain experience. In this case, in order to give you the possibility to, on any blockchain, to stake your tokens and receive your rewards directly into that blockchain without having to go back to Ethereum and claiming your rewards on Ethereum. Because remember, each protocol is born into a single specific blockchain. And in order to be able to talk with the other version of itself on other blockchains, is needed some kind of bridge, some kind of technology that is enabling the two protocols to talk, even if at the end of the story it is the same protocol. And having this kind of so smooth experience, so without having the need to jump from one blockchain to another, as we have in this case for mSPELL, it is allowed by Layer 0, that is a technology that is allowing real cross-chain. If you want to know more about Layer 0 and how the other cross-chain, real cross-chain technologies are working, I will leave also a link to one of my previous videos. This is something that is pretty important because, guys, at least in my opinion, cross-chain is the future. In this case, so we are having Layer 0 plus Gelato Network that is enabling all the bots in order to complete the transaction. At the end, we have Abracadabra that is offering, for real in this case, a cross-chain experience. I told you about this example because what I think that is really important, and I'm reconnecting it to what is happening with Cake, is that in order to have DEXs that are being able to reach the traction, the number of users and the experience that we have right now on a centralized exchange like Binance, FTX and so on, what we need is a better user experience. We need something that is enabling people to have to use a simple, straightforward, without the need to bridge assets, and having something that is at least equal to what we have into centralized exchange. And it will take time. So I'm saying it to you because remember, guys, the moment when you want to invest in something, check out their roadmap. Try to understand if they are really going into this direction or they are just trying to copy something that we have already seen into the market. That it's, yes, maybe it can work for a while, but it doesn't have a long-term vision. And specifically into this market phase where bear market is for builders and people that are building for the long term. Projects that are just speculating and just doing something for the short term, they will have much more difficulties to go for the long term. I'm not saying that they will fail, but at least it will be much more difficult. So for this reason, I try to help you to have a broader point of view in order to get what will make for real the difference. Say so, let me know what do you think about it. And I want to ask you also another question. I was looking for the interface of Curve. I don't know if you have seen it, but this is the new interface of Curve Exchange. And this was the previous one. Curve.fi is the previous one, the old one, and the new one is Curve.exchange. I don't know what do you think about this new one, but personally speaking, to me it's awful. It's something that I really don't get why they have made this kind of work. Yes, maybe some metric is more clear, but at the end of the story, this interface was so recognizable, and the new one, at least in my opinion, I'm curious to see and to hear what is your opinion. Personally, I really don't get why they had to do something like that. In any case, let me know what you think also about the new interface of Curve. And remember guys, if you enjoyed this content, leave a big thumbs up, drop a comment, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye guys.